Oh, oh my God. Woo, that one lights that core up. YouTube, what is up? We are back with another upper body day today. We just ripped a couple sprints. We had 3 14-yard sprints, 3 30-yard sprints, and then 3 50-yard sprints in here. Got those done. Didn't record them because there's a bunch of kids on the field and I don't trust them not to break my camera. Last time I left my camera out there, they were kicking a soccer ball awfully close, and I'm really trying my best not to be the crabby old dad that is yelling at kids for having fun. So left the camera in here, but we did some rolls. We did some lunges to a beat. So we had like a high frequency beat going. We were just pulsing to the beat. Those were kind of spicy. Those are fun. Would have looked a little goofy on camera, but probably should have recorded those just to talk about what I was doing there. Some crescendo hops that I saw Angus Bradley do. Those were a lot of fun. And then we had some tennis ball sprints there. We're going to finish up this upper body day with some shoulder press, some quasi pull downs, and probably some arms before we got to go to softball. Be a little bit quicker today, but let's get after it. Let's go. All right, we got 10 rep max, cambered bar, presses here. See how heavy we can go with this cambered bar. 10 rep max might just be the bar itself. It won't actually be, but this bar is not super light. All bars are 45 pounds. We can make them 45 pounds, but we're gonna rip it. We got the arms from Mom's tank to power us through. Let's get after it. It's gonna get heavy quick. Let's get it. So with these shoulder presses, we're ripping super cat throws, some offset rotations, which are absolute money. We got a quasi 2-minute pull-up. We just got 1 set of those, so we're gonna finish that to the end. That's gonna suck. And we're gonna try and rip everything in under 20 minutes here, get everything done, finish with some arms, have a good workout, good pump before league. Let's get it. I think I might have officially found my hack for the microdosing workout to be able to look forward to the second upper body day when I don't have any cleans or snatches, and it's just to add the sprints into that last upper body day. It's not optimal because yesterday I deadlifted, did a bunch of legs, but I don't know. I'm not super into the whole thing. You can't sprint after doing lower body. It's kind of a silly thought process. I want to go and sprint my athletes after hitting like 100 sets of hamstring curls, but like if I'm feeling good, I can go sprint that day, and it gave me something to look forward to. So been loving this microdose kind of way of doing workouts, and we're gonna stick to it. Let's get it. Then we got these super cat throws. Again, when trying to keep it simple for an upper body day, kind of the way I go about programming, lift something heavy, lift something fast or explosively, move the spine. If you're pressing, make sure you're pulling, hit some armor building from there. Get a good workout in 20 to 40 minutes. Pretty solid. Feel like an athlete when you leave it, and you get a sweet little pump. That's all I can ask for. Let's go. Ooh. Then we got our spiciest spine move to date that we've shown on the YouTube here. We had a little offset barbell rotations. When you do these, your goal is to rotate as fast as possible and as deep as possible. Sideways, decelerate, come back forward, decelerate there. It pulls you into some deep end ranges of that spine. Feels like money, gets those hips working. I honestly want to try and experiment with this with a safety squat bar because it's a little bit tough on the shoulders to be able to decelerate, and your lower body or your upper body, your like shoulders kind of take over that deceleration. I really want that spine working. The other thing that I'm working on here is posture. And that's just more specifically for the swing. I know it's not supposed to be sport specific, whatever. But I notice a lot of times when I swing, my posture isn't the greatest, especially when I'm like caught off guard or it's just a bad swing. And I really just want to focus on building a strong posture in my rotational aspect. So I'm going to be here, rotating side to side. Spicy. Hit the other side. Let's go. Oh my God. Woo! That one lights that core up. Not something I would start with if you were a rookie to the spine movement game. But if you're on that advanced to mid-tier level and your sport requires you to rotate, your sport requires you to keep posture under a lot of forces, under high velocities, that's a moneymaker. Let's get the pressing. Let's go. This isn't going to be a huge talking video just because we got about 10 minutes left. We just started the workout. I get that, but we were sprinting for about 30 minutes. We got a whole hour in basically today, probably 45 to an hour in today. But one of the things that I was watching Hard Knocks the other day, and they had their 4-string quarterback go in. And one of the things, he was nervous, obviously. Your first NFL game is his first NFL snaps in his preseason. He's fighting for a roster spot. As much humanly pressure that could be on you as an athlete is on you. These snaps, if you get like 10 snaps in this game, literally can make or break your career for the rest of your life. You've played sports your entire life to get to this optimal, pivotal moment, and you have 10 snaps to prove it. 10 snaps that could set up the rest of your life. 10 snaps that could set up the next 10 years of your life. And one of the things that he said when he was sitting there, about to break the huddle, about to go into it, he said, "Don't be nervous, God has a plan. Don't worry, God has a plan. There's no reason to worry, God has a plan." And he just kept reiterating these things. And regardless of your spiritual beliefs or not, your religious beliefs or not, I really do believe these mantras have a ton of power. Whether it's a stoicism, whether it's being a Buddhist monk, whether it's being Christian, like whatever your religious experience is, almost all of them come back to these same mantras, that there is a plan, that you need to have faith, that things are bigger than you, that you have a purpose on this earth. And if you just listen to that message and just let go, the universe, the God, the path will kind of take care of a lot of things. And regardless if this is true or not, it's more so about the power of these mantras, the power of these ideas. If you're able to get out of your own head and not be so nervous, not put the weight of the world on those 10 snaps for the rest of your life there, you can go and do what you've been programmed to do as an athlete, what you've spent your whole life working up to do. And I think so many times athletes in those moments, they don't let the body take over, they let the mind take over. And I think a lot of these spiritual practices, a lot of these mantras can allow your body to take over and let you just have a deep breath and realize it is bigger than you. There is a plan for you, regardless of those 10 snaps work out or not. You're probably going to be just fine as a human being. And if you watch George Kittle talk to himself, I just love watching really high-level elite athletes in the most insane pressures. They all have these mantras. They all have these things they repeat to themselves over and over and over again. I really do believe there is power in them. So regardless of your religious beliefs, regardless of your spiritual beliefs, I think having something that centers you, having something that grounds you, if you have put in the work, this isn't just, if you just say these things, you're going to do amazing on the field. You got to put in the work. This dude's put in the work. He's an NFL quarterback. Now you just got to trust that work and get out of your own way to trust that work. And I think those mantras can have a powerful, powerful effect on allowing you to trust the work you've put in. So trust your work, man. Say those mantras, find something that allows you to center yourself, find something that allows you to ground yourself, and then just go do what you're programmed to do. And if you're not programmed to go do it yet, program yourself to go do it, then go do it. Let's go. All right, then the absolute shittiest thing we will do today. I should have said, lift something heavy, lift something fast, move the body, do something that is stupidly hard, because this is going to be the stupidly hard thing. We got a 1 minute Quasi. So Quasi is just a slow isometric. You're actively pulling through that range of motion all the way up. So 1 minute up, 1 minute down. This is one of the sickest lat and back pumps you will ever have. Your forearm and grip is going to be on fire, and it's a freaking grind, man. So let's get after it. Oh! Woo! All right, take a break and hit that 1 minute lower. We'll jump to the top, hit that 1 minute lower. Oh my God. Those things are so freaking spicy. Really, really like the quasi isometrics, to be able to feel certain movements, feel certain parts of the pull that you're not very good at. If it's a movement like a calisthenic you're trying to master, really don't know if there's a better way to do it. And I also believe it's an absolute moneymaker to build some armor and get a disgusting pump. I was sitting there pulling and there's just a sticking point that I know I want to skip through. And when I do like a regular pull up, I'm just gonna find a way to compensate over. And there, when that quasi, I had to pull and actively squeeze through that, and it was freaking spicy. So let's hit the eccentric, let's get it. Ooh, holy fuck. Absolutely brutal. Let's hit some arms, then we gotta go. All right, so we're just gonna finish up a little meathead circuit here. We got standing chest flies, we got 10 of those, and then we got 8 sets of 5 curls. I'll show 1 set of those before we go, and then get going from there. Let's get it. Ooh. Oh, those are freaking brutal. Feels like it opens up the whole front of that rib cage. Shoulders get a pump, biceps get a pump, chest gets a pump. Let's go. Finish up with some curls. Let's go from there. All right, so last set of the 8x5 here. My biceps are amply stimulated. Let's get after it here. Oof. Oof. Ooh, let's go. All right, we'll say bye in the car and get it from there. Let's go. That is a day. Quick one, about 40-ish minutes on the upper body, 20 to 30-ish minutes sprinting. There's a car. Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know if you'll see that driving past. That car we just drove past is parked legitimately in the middle of the street, right in front of a no parking sign. He has like 7 tickets on his window and he was not there this morning. So we live in a simulation. That is wild. I have no idea what that car thought he was doing there. I can't believe it's not towed yet, but he had to have been there for like, there's no way, because he wasn't there when I got here when I started walking. So interesting parking job, probably gonna get towed. But finished up, good little pumper today, feeling good about that. Got some sprints in, felt amazing about that. I think that's gonna be my microdosing schedule there for lifts, snatches, upper body on Monday, deadlifts, lower body on Tuesday, Wednesday, which is today, is gonna be some sprints or some athletic type movements and upper body, and then Thursday, tomorrow, will be cleans again. Hoping the spine feels a little bit better. Deadlifts were fucking shot on Tuesday. Pretty beat up from that, so hopefully we're feeling just a little bit smoother with the spine aspect there. I'm crossing a highway here, so hopefully try not to die there. One of the things that I wanted to talk about on today's video, just to give the people what they came here for, some Yokian rants. I see left and right all the time on Twitter. Twitter is so bad with politics, or X. People talking about the scandals on both sides and how they're picking one side over the other because that politician's a bad person because of all the bad things they did. And then they'll yell at the other side and say, that politician's a bad person because of all the bad things they did. People, here's the tough news. All of them are bad people. There are very few people that go into politics and reach the highest level that are not a bad person. To reach the highest level, you have to be so power hungry, so egocentric, so full of yourself, feeling like you have the answers over everybody else. You are smarter than everybody else. You can fix the world. People with those attitudes are not going to be the people that you want to hang out with, are not going to be the people that are your neighbors and you're super happy to be around all the time. Almost every single one of them is going to have an absolute disgusting background, and the higher up you go, the more disgusting it's going to be. Obviously, I'm not speaking for every single politician, but the amount of people I know that work in DC, the amount of people I know that have had terrible interactions at the parties and the bad stuff that goes on there, it's insane, man, and we all know it. We all know there are bad people the politic game, and you almost have to be a bad person to be running for president, to be at the highest level of Congress, right? You got to be power hungry. You got to be egocentric. Picking your choice off of how bad the other person is a terrible choice. They're all bad people. We need to stop picking just bad people. And this is coming from a guy that is not political, that tries to stay out of every political argument there ever is. I think they're silly arguments. I think they're focused for they're for people that aren't doing enough to change the world around them, the things that they control, so they focus on things they can't control. I think it definitely triggers tribalism in us. And I think the way most people engage in these political arguments is stupid, silly, not healthy. And the hypocrisy is insane. Both sides do shitty things. Both sides have bad people on them. Stop losing friends, stop losing loved ones over that fact. Change the things you can change, control the things you can control, be a good person to the people around you, be a good neighbor to the people around you, be a community leader, be a leader for your town, for your city, for your community. Start there, do that to the max, and stop getting in pissing matches over people that are both bad people. They're bad people. And if aliens were to look at us apes arguing over bad person 1 versus bad person 2, they would get rid of us. So save the planet, save us from aliens. Stop arguing about stupid shit on Twitter. I'm from a strength coach that argues about stupid shit on Twitter. Appreciate you guys watching. Keep chopping wood. Let's go.